How many of you have ever crammed for a test, pass it, and then completely forget everything in the next day? Be honest, we are all been there. You are staring at your notes at 2 a.m., whispering to yourself, first equal to MA, first equal to MA. Then you pass the test, victory. But a week later, someone mentioned about force and you are like, is that a car? We study to survive, but not to learn. And that's the problems. We are in school to grow, to explore, to become thinkers and creators. But the moment that later grades enter the equation, everything changes. A becomes the goals, learning becomes optionals, and stress becomes a lifestyle. Let's talk about the real issue here. The traditional grading system isn't working, and here's why. First, it promotes shallow learnings. When was the last time you said, wow, I'm so excited to learn this topic? No. Instead, we are like, what's going to be on the test? We memorize, we regurgitate, and we forget. Grades have turned education into a game of memory and not mastery. Secondly, it causes extreme stress and anxiety. Getting a 92 instead of a 94 can feel like a catastrophe. Heaven forbid you got a B in an organic chemistry. Suddenly, your medical school dream feels like they are crumbling. Students are losing sleeps, skipping meals, and sacrificing mental health over a number that don't define who they are and what they know. Last but not least is it encourages unhealthy competitions. Ever been in a group project where one person hosts all the work just so they get the credit? Instead of learning from each other, students are often pit against each other like academic gladiators. The consequence of this is teamwork dies and comparison thrives. But here the good news, there's a better way. It's called the pass or fail systems. And no, it's not just for gym class or yoga. I'm not saying we throw out grades entirely, but for certain types of courses like general education, skill building classes, or creative subjects. It makes way more sense to assess learning based on effort, understanding, and growth, and not perfections. And why it works? First, it encourages deep learning. Students focus on understanding rather than performing and memorizing. Secondly, it reduces stress and pressure. No one panic over whether they got an 89.4 or a solid 90. Thirdly, it promotes collaborations. Students can help each other without worrying about who's going to rank higher. Last but not least, it rewards effort and progress. Some people improve drastically over one semester, even if they are not an A student. Shouldn't that count? Imagine a classroom where participation, creativity, and real effort matters more than scoring a 98 on a multiple choice test that measure how fast you can guess. Now, let's paint two pictures. First scenario, the traditional class. The professor is talking, but half of the class is typing keywords on Quizlets. Someone interested because they missed one question on a test, and their GPA is ruined. Group works. More like one person doing everything, while the others silently pray. Everyone's stressed, competitive, and disengaged. Let's jump to the second scenario, that is the pass or fail classroom. Students are talking to each other, not just about what's on the test, but about what the topic means. They are asking questions without fear. They are creating things, and they are helping each other. The focus isn't on being perfect, but it's on getting better. Is that what school is supposed to be? Now, I'm not saying everything should be pass or fails. For advanced courses, sure, you can keep the grades. But not everything needs a letter slap on it just to be meaningful. If we don't judge anything, we will keep producing students who know how to take the test but not how to think. Here what I want you to do. First, start conversation. You can ask your professor if they are considered pass or fail option for their courses. Secondly, support reforms. You can talk to your student government like KPT and KPM to advocate for policy change where it makes sense. Thirdly, push for pilot programs. Suggest trying pass or fail grading in one or two departments to start. Last but not least is challenge the mindsets. Let's stop equating learning with letters. Because guess what? No employer ever said, wow, I love how you got an A in dynamics. They care if you can think, adapt, solve problems and work with people. And guess what pass or fail supports? All of that. Let's stop letting grades steal the joy of learning. Let's build a system where students don't have to choose between mental health and academic success. Let's make school about education and not just evaluations. Pass or fail isn't a cop out. It is a step towards compassion, growth, and better learning for everyone. Thank you.